my bitches bad as hell. We on top like chandelier. We make a movie, curve full of baddies and bougies. Glocks, fans and Uzis. I might pop out like John Wayne. Come through, sweep that bit like Nudie. Only my Lumi. I'm in here clutching the Uzi. Sliding big truck like Dooley. Ducking the groupies. I'm not the type to be choosy. I gotta ride with the tool. I thought you knew me. I don't gotta go to no job. Rapping and chopping my duties. Smoke be thicker than Fox. Woods be bigger than logs. Yeah, I'm not your average buddy. Yeah, it's a couple of bags on a buddy. She gon' give me some head and get lucky. We could be on the beat somewhere lovely. I be mixing the walk with the bubbly. That's why she put no one above me. All my bitches bad as shit. We on top like chandelier. We make a movie, crib full of baddies and bougies. Glocks and fans and Uzi. I might pop out like John Wayne. Come through, sweet some bit like Nudie. I might pop out like John Wayne. Come through, sweet that bit like Nudie. All my bitches bad as shit. We on top like chandelier. We make a movie, crib full of baddies and bougies. Glocks and fans and Uzi. I might pop out like John Wayne. Come through, sweet that.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from.
Definitely have a different conversation, right? But he gonna frame the narrative of what he been listening to. He don't have financial literacy is all I hear. How would you invest $150,000 right now?
Powerful. Powerful.
Yeah, that's all right. I took it off, but you can put it back on. Yeah, so that's the concept to that. So when we get to a level of being, or we get to a level of properly comprehending, to a balance of, and then when you talk about the democracy, the way it's written down, it's beautiful, right? This is a beautiful system because they get it from the ones that created the first democracy on planet Earth. That's where all the game come from, right? You know what I mean? So when you look at how it's played, no, we ain't trying to go nowhere. America is a country, and the fact that I can agree and disagree, or we can agree to disagree, is what make it beautiful. There you go, right there in a nutshell, right? You know what I mean? When we go to our football games, we don't murder each other. The loser gonna go home feeling some type of way, and the winner gonna go home feeling real good, right? Nobody wants to lose, but we all love the game. Nobody wants to lose, right? The pain that you get from being a professional, subconscious hater by wanting your team to win till your team lose. You see? So I look at all that in the dynamics of comprehending. If the police officer come in, I kind of wish he would have been due diligence of what CSI teaches us in Hollywood when they're making it look good, that these guys going to get all of this forensic stuff and do all of the due diligence and close the case in 30 minutes, right? With no commercial breaks. That's the way, it don't work like that. That man trying to win and get a promotion. So you probably don't want to go in there talking, dog. You probably finna get hit. And he trying to win. His supervisor telling him, or his peers telling him, oh man, Bob, you still over there in homicide? You ain't lieutenant yet? What kind of loser you is? See what I'm saying? He go through the same peer pressure.
The human element. I like to call that the human element.
That's the human element. Look, man, we all go through it, man. And each other, girl, my man bought me a new house. Girl, you talking to that nigga? He's still a truck driver. Girl, now she leaving her good man who a truck driver to get with the dudes. They gonna buy a house, but he cheat on all his women. But she got the house though. But at what cost? Man, this shit everywhere, man. So who am I to judge but to try to comprehend the level of understanding that these individuals in the system that we in, man, in essence, if you black, give me a minute, I'm doing a little interview. If you're in the lessons of the reality, if you black, right? Then how do you get all of this stuff in America? Man, you need a whole community and a library full of books from all of the elders. So grandma used to say, baby, trouble easy to get in. It's hard to get out.
Wow.
You want to say, grandma, what the fuck you talking about, man? That's an esoteric, that's an old Negro translation. Man, your ass gonna need a lawyer. You get down there with them white folks, boy. You better save us some dollars. You heard? Because trouble easy to get in. But as a poor-ass Negro, it's so fucked up, boy, you gonna need some money to get out of there. Because you're gonna need somebody to talk their language, and that shit gonna cost you a couple $100,000. Yeah. You can get out of trouble, you just gotta have a good lawyer. They'll keep you out of jail as long as you got the money. You ain't got the money, it starts sounding funny. Continuance. The lawyer hustle. The fuck I got all these continuances for, man? What's going on right here? How the fuck I stay in prison for 12 years trying to go to bid to go to trial? Where they do that at? and a place where a motherfucker can get some money for being a lawyer. The hell you talking about, nigga? I gotta feed my family. I got a girlfriend on the side. I want to ride in the Benz. I gotta pay my light bill. Damn. Everybody trying to capitalize, dog. It's some bullshit, man. You feel me? But who we gonna blame when you don't know the rules to it, so you gonna feel the pains from it. Boy, you might be deep in the game, but you got the rules missing. You don't know how to be a citizen. So those that learn how to be citizens from the door are the ones that's going to thrive in a capitalistic society, because they're the ones learn how to be merchants. The ones that don't know, well, I guess you know, them the ones finna feel going dumb, right? You going to jail, and you finna be a statistic. You gonna be the motherfucker I sell all my shit to. And you ain't got the comprehension to take them same shoes that ain't got no holes in them and wear them and keep your money in your pocket. You don't bought the narrative. Here you is riding around in a $300,000 car, but you live in an half-black car. You know what I mean?
Preach.
That's the narrative to it.
So it was something I said. I said, if you kept your mouth shut in that interrogation room, you said you would be dead. Why did you feel you'd be dead?
Man, we growing up in abject poverty. Everybody I know around me already dead, yeah? Flying with them birds.
Powerful.
You know?
Do you think that way of thinking is what makes you able to be cope the way you're living now?
Yeah, because it's a form of rationalizing, right? It's a form of saying, look, man, whatever for you, dog. Because Lord knows, when I wake up, I think about beautiful women, pocket full of money, and freedom all day, right? The reality is, man, I ain't got no canteen money, man. I ain't got nobody to put no money on. I got this thing, man, shit, man. I gotta go down here with the hole in my bottom of my shoes and try to get some of this government free food, yeah? I ain't eating no McDonald's sandwiches, so this free food is a luxury. It'll be justified. Because I gotta think at the low end, man, there's some motherfuckers somewhere ain't even getting this. You feel me? Now, if I'm eating, $50 hamburger sandwiches, right? And then I gotta come in here and eat a rat patty, I'm gonna feel some type of way. This is why rich people, when they've been living at a level so long, will jump out the window before they
commit suicide.
Yeah, because they know when. You ever hear people who get money, the first thing they say, I ain't going back, dog. It's two sides to America. It's the haves and the have-nots. Those that have, they ain't gonna tell you the secrets of how they get it and keep it. Because that's classism. All us, okay, prime example. I dance for my investment so I can do my little 1-2 and make it do what it do, right? Everybody got fucked around when I got me a little book of stamps, to sell to the brothers in the confinement, right? You got 30 niggas with the same game, man. The market done been so badly concentrated. So the first thing you realize, you got to restrict motherfuckers in.
Shit.
Like, I can't even sell my stamps. Those shits are worthless now, man.
It's saturated.
It's saturated. So scarcity creates market value. I'm learning this by bumping my heads. I'm quite sure they got this shit written down in the book and paid for the education. That's why they say the game to be sold, not told. They're going to teach it to you, but they're going to sell it to you in order for your ass to learn it. All American schools cost money.
All the prestigious schools.
You ever notice it's $200,000 to get them Ivy League education?
Yeah. Cost money.
Yeah. You want to learn something, you got to pay for it. What they say in the hood, you want to learn the game, you're going to learn it through pain, boy, because a nigga finna run you through it. You don't learn how to flip by a dude selling you a bunch of bullshit, you like, man, this straight up garbage, man. I don't got. You don't learn. You feel me? You don't learn to duck the bully because he keep taking your cord out your pocket, so you don't learn to walk a long way, find you a shortcut. Yeah, you learn. You learn real quick when you get hit, you You learn to stay out of jail when you don't sit in the cell long enough. You like, you know what, this ain't what's happening. You know what, I don't think I want to come back here no more. You learn real quick. If not, just keep living.
So now...
we simply say that to say, man, knowledge is the most valuable thing, man. But when you don't understand, you playing a game in a capitalistic society. Look at the Trump movement, right? Shout out to the Trumpians, right? I ain't no politician. politics. But those individuals that campaigned to say, man, we're going to get our man in there, they went hard, man. Look at the legislative changes and all of the campaigns to get these things done. They went hard, man. How you going to knock that coordinated effort, right? A synchronized coordinated movement when everybody was screaming the same motherfucking rhetoric, man. How you going to knock that? Shit. They team winning.
Powerful.
I'm just saying.
Not powerful.
Now, to those who team didn't win, hey, what that legislation look like? What does the rule changes look like? What does that community effect look like from the federal to the state level? Why we got, what's going on here? Ain't no money coming through these hoods? What the budget is for the state? Right up?
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah, so with those type of things, though, we can comprehend them particular dynamics, right? Understanding contours. So when you say, hey, man, you get people asking, man, if you could have did anything, I wouldn't have did nothing different. I do it the exact same because who I am, I like this version of me, right? I like me. Not only do I love me, I like me, right? It's real different when you that. I like who I am. I'm comfortable with me. But so as we grow and we coming through life, a lot of adolescents, you try on identities, right? You trying on versions to formulate a version of yourself that you can accept. So you got to try on. So you'll see young people trying on characters, right? Today, they something. The next day, they something. So we start, and psychologists got all type of words to go for this stuff. You start looking for outside cues to kind of make you, and this is what make marketing strategists so wonderful, right? You think that outfit you got on, you just woke up, thought about that shit, you know what I mean? You want to wear Prada and ride in Porsches. Where you get that concept, we get that idea from, somebody gave it to you. That's the effect of a sharp marketing strategist. You want to be upper echelon, right? Well, just try the Hyundai, man. It'll get you there, and just wear your Crocs with your white socks, man. I'd be goddamn if I wear them, right? They shoes. What's the problem here? Yeah, nah, right? Because it represents some form of whatever game we playing. What it is. The point being is, when you comprehend this form of thinking, is it really? Yeah, I can't miss what I ain't got, bro. So we learn to accept where we at, man. Look, I want the best, but I ain't finna stress by chasing some shit I ain't got access to, right? That's what'll make you crazy. Most people do hard time because they start trying to get back to the enemy. I'm missing, man. Well, listen, technically the hamburger got mad cow disease. I'm finna rationalize, so I might not be missing shit. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker that gotta pay rent stressing for real. Gotta pay that motherfucking car note, pay that insurance, pay the motherfucking insurance on that money. Man, we live costs money. You know what I mean? I'm sitting in prison, sitting here chilling, having an interview on the goddamn prison wall phone, man. They finna serve some more free food. I ain't gonna make it though, but they about to serve more free food. Shit horrible, but still it's free. You ain't gonna start a different prison. They gonna feed your ass shit. It's horrible now, right? It's motherfucking horrible. It's better than the canteen they serve you. And the other classism in this environment is, man, I get a lot of canteen. I just need hygiene, though. Man, them motherfuckers, you get older, you start recognizing your body start reacting to shit. Them noodles don't taste the same because they not noodles. They all chemicals. That shit is poison. Who the fuck eating Roman noodles? Pure poison. Allowed to be sold in America. Man, they should go to jail selling that shit, man. Who the fuck allowed these people to make these Doritos with all these goddamn chemicals on the back, man? What the fuck? They should go to jail for this shit. Man, they thrive in this bitch, man, because the masses ain't educated to the shit they eating. If you turn it back, so when we went through the vaccine, man, this just me and my through the vaccine, you had motherfuckers say, hey, you took the vaccine, you gonna eat them damn bag of Doritos and they gonna ask now a question. If America want the key, they put it in your food, nigga. You talking about, nigga? You talk crazy. Then you look on the back of that Dorito bag, you don't know what none of that shit says. Man, I just learned how to read, though. You heard? I'm just saying. That shit good, though, dog. Shit good. I'm just saying, what the fuck is red dye number 40? What the fuck is that? You hear me? Yellow 6, number 9. They got numbers on this bitch. Oh, shit.
You know what? Speaking on, I'm not into politics and all that, but I do listen to what's going on surrounding me. Government Santos, that because they were actually making meat. They're making meat in labs, bro, that tastes like meat, and it's not meat. And he actually put out a law that refrained that from doing that in the state of Florida.
And you know who's a big investor in mystery meats? people walking behind. Right? So it's money behind it that say, hey, man, look here. We ain't finna, no. And it's also a thing that say, what does this mystery mean? Right? But we say that to say, okay, boom. So that means we're going to have quality control on the food we eat. I don't know, right? It's a good concept. It's real. But the shit you get access to the middle process, right? So if I'm access to ramen noodles in my growing developmental stages, I'm subject to be a little retarded because I don't have the nutrition that I need. Prenatal nutrition, postnatal nutrition. A lot of people don't get breastfed, right? You know what I mean? So you got immune issues when you get older. You know what I mean? All of these things play major factors. You know what I mean? Some of us are not nervous when I'm younger, so you wonder why I'm stressing because I ain't getting hugs, nigga. The fuck you mean why I'm always attaching to a bunch of gang members, nigga? Because these niggas give me attention, nigga. The fuck you talking about? You won't sit me in a corner and tell me to go sit in my room. Bitch, you go sit in the room. You talking about, nigga, I'm a human being. I want to cuddle like the goddamn rats cuddle. The hell? You look at we some social motherfuckers except for the antisocial animals, right? Most of us social, right? Most mammals are social.
And we're the top apex.
Yeah, except for a few, solitary predators. Most mammals are social. I'm just saying.
No, I love that analogy because we're the top apex of mammals, and we look around and see what other mammals do. Then it lets you know we just do it at a higher level, at a elite level.
We the most insane because we don't think we animals, right? So we don't think we come from the same construct. But most and whales are very intelligent, right?
Dolphins.
Seals are very. Time you recognize intelligence is when a motherfucker know a threat, they know how to run, duck, and hide. That's intelligence. I'm just saying. That motherfucker that know, okay, it's a threat over there. Freeze, motherfucker. The iguana or the chameleon, he know how to camouflage. Man, that's intelligent. He like, man, I'm a tree limb. What the fuck? Man, that's intelligent. We'll walk up and say, this is what I love about when you see TV and you see the guy like the bird. Oh my God, the bird is smart. It has a brain. Like this, the bird was there before you got here. What you talking about, man? You know, what you talking about? You talking about the bird. Bird, no, but your ass don't know. Duck, run, motherfucker, you.
Oh, man. Duck, run, motherfucker.
Duck, run, motherfucker. You standing there looking crazy to my, what is that? When you go through and you watch nature shows, man, you know what I mean? And they see the everybody go to screaming. Man, that motherfucker Jaguar trying to creep through here, man. That motherfucker trying to creep. They'll tell him, man. He trying to get something to eat. Hit his motherfucker screaming on me, man. Man, they been snitching, man. Nigga be talking about, let's stop snitching. Nigga, you talking about, nigga. That's a natural human reaction. It's a predator over here. We need to get rid of. What? You gonna tell me to lose a byproduct of nature? Stop telling me, man, that's a natural. Here's a threat. Get it out of here.
So, CWAY, you placing it in safety cell, which is what they call it in the Miami-Dade County Jail, which is the solitary confinement at the age of 19. So from 1999 to 2011, 2012, you're in solitary confinement?
Yeah, from 98 to 2024, I was in solitary confinement.
No, I'm talking about in the jail level.
At all levels. I ain't never been in population. Time going to jail, I went straight to a single man cell. I ain't got out that cell till I got here 30 years later, and in 6 months since I've been around other people. How did
you manage? How did you cope?
Well,
how did you
that
survive that?
Aspects. Well, from a deep programming, you bouncing off the walls, right? Solitary is a sensory deprivated environment that really has psychological effects. Man, you can lose your motherfucking mind in solitary. You really can go crazy. But the books and the spiritual antenna, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you kind of start asking questions like the first epiphany that I understood on my spiritual journey. You got to remember, I come out of church, but the first epiphany on your spiritual journey was the question is, man, why the fuck my reality hard, right? Why I keep running into people? Because one, you're in an environment that dictates, nigga, you're no longer an autonomy or independent source. Your ass is subject to rules and regulations, right? In my trial, they call this institutionalized. Your ass gonna get programmed. So the first 5 years, you see turbulence, right? When I first got to jail, you see turbulence. I'm bouncing off the wall, getting DRs, having all type of conflict. After that, Like, oh, okay, all you gotta do is follow the rules. Real simple. Make your bed up, shit, fuck up, stand up, count. Gotcha.
Fuck.
And they leave you alone. You know what I mean? Follow the rules, you're gonna be all right. There you go. Right? There you go. So you say, okay, all you do, you come to jail, they got a library. Okay, you go to the library, they got books. Okay, somebody can see you books. Okay, right? You get on the phone, you ain't got no DR, you can call your people. Okay, your people's answer the phone. They got a couple dollars on the phone. You call once a week, once every other day. Right? Somebody that really like, I'll put $50 on there and tell you to call back. Oh shit. Now, why would I want to be separated from the things that give me access to reality? So, therefore, I'm incentivized.
For being good, for having good behavior.
Right. So now you realize how to utilize your thought process. And then what happens in solitary confinement is, for the most part, you in there with yourself. That's some scary shit because you don't know it's a lot in there. There's two other motherfuckers in that cell with you. You know who that is, right?
Talk to them.
That's ego and pride. They be sitting there waiting on your ass too, you
know? Mm-hmm.
Ego gonna tell you, we ain't letting that shit, we ain't letting it slide. Pride gonna, we in here, we ain't gonna wear regular prison shoes. I'm gonna walk around barefoot because them shits ain't Gucci. Man, you done lost your fucking mind, man. You out here, them hard ass toes, no lotion on, talking about you ain't gonna put them shits on. Nigga, you trip. Yeah, that's pride. I ain't wearing them bobo ass shits. Right? And ego gonna tell you we ain't letting it go. Fuckers out the cell, dog. You gotta get them out of there. You gotta get them out of there because God can't come in with them standing there. You ain't gonna get the spirituality with ego and pride next to you. They gonna block it every time.
How?
They ain't gonna let you be humble. You can't be humble. You ain't walking away from nothing with ego and pride. You feel me? They sub because when they say in that good book that a lot of people read, say, man, when you get slapped, turn the other cheek. Man, ain't no American turning cheeks, nigga. We'll drop bombs on your ass. What American turning cheek?
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again so America kill.
Man, don't know cheek. We drop bombs on motherfuckers. Man, when they hit 9/11, we've been bombing ever since, yeah?
So why do they expect that from our community? Why do they expect us, the colored people, to?
Well, that's a deeper rhetoric that goes into a deeper issue of the psychology, man. You got to read the books, man.
I like to call it hypocrisy. America, hypocrisy at the highest.
Because you can't tell white America they crazy. They don't know they crazy, right? Yeah, you talking about, I'm going to build more prisons and then I'm going to say, poor little Negro, right? Man, I get cut off from my white friends and I ain't got nothing but white friends because they the only one. Niggas don't talk to other niggas in jail, right? That's why I ain't no nigga no more. So when you talk about keeping it, man, talk to me when you get out. Like, man, I got $1 million, but then talk to me on the next lifetime. Stop calling here, nigga, you type shit. So, but it's not that. That is that we got our own issues, and I don't have the time, and I can't afford the luxury of just entertaining. That's all it really means. But the reality is, for a lot of my white friends, is that we ain't gonna tax ourselves, right? We ain't gonna sacrifice the benefits that come with this privilege of whiteness for the most part. White people struggle now. But I want to walk in the bank and get that loan like any other motherfucker. Yeah? I want to drive my car and get out the car like, you fucking put me the fuck over. What the fuck? And without fear and get my brains blowed out. Black people don't do that. We get pulled over, we shut the fuck up. Yeah? White person get pulled over, we're like, what the fuck is this, huh? Who the fuck are you? See what I'm saying? You see the privilege? Even though it's slight. I'm just saying. That psychological confidence. Now you price that. What the fuck does that mean? Can't even comprehend the shit you talk. So when you start talking about, look, my confidence, my love, it goes so deep, man. It's hard to even rationalize. I say all that to simply say the reason why we have it is because it's a byproduct of what this is, right? And how we came into play, capitalism. All of the many aspects that come with it, man. You know, we got one thing we need in America is sex education, right? Man, you know how many abortions happen in America? It's a lot of fucking abortions in America. What woman sits and tell you about her abortion experience, right? And how do we might feel about that, man? You need to have that baby. Well, I say, as a male, shit, if you went over there doing what you was doing, you need to live with the consequences of that. They tell everybody in prison, you got to live with your consequences. Okay. All right. Then if you do that, ain't no more than out the pill, motherfucker. You need to live with your consequences. Huh? You see it? We all, We all do it. But the point that I make is that it ain't easy to reconcile a lot of times. So when you're in solitary confinement, what I learned is, or what I know from me and my struggles is, man, ego and pride gonna stop from a spiritual journey. You gotta go to war with them, man. That's war with self.
Yeah, that's war with self.
Spiritual applied to capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
So when you come out of that spiritual, and when you get spirituality, it automatically makes you peaceful. That's how you know who got it. You ain't beefing with nobody, dog. You at peace, bro. You literally gonna turn the other cheek.
So basically, your enemy, your enemy is your inner self.
It really is. Who slapped you in that book where it say turn the other cheek? That's a spiritual, esoteric statement, man. You know, that's a person that realized, man, forgive him because he don't have the good in him to recognize violence ain't even necessary. You could have just simply told me to get out your way. Why you feel the need to give me that energy? You know what I mean? You need me to reciprocate it. So if I turn that other cheek, I'm simply walking away. That's all that means, man. Look, it take two to tangle. I don't want to tangle, bro. I'm out your way. That's peace. I ain't got the ego or the pride to trick my ass out there, right? Pride or ego will say that nigga just tried you, dog. Can't let that slide. Songs we listen to, a nigga ego, a nigga pride. Praise. Now you can have pride in the way of feeling good about yourself, being at a level of confidence, being at a level of doing constructive and right things. But pride and ego, along with ego, man, shit. And along with misinformation, finna get.
You don't think with the deconstructive of yourself, you would have not found yourself had you been out and not in?
No, that's why I say I would have been dead, right? Because this version of me I couldn't see, right? I couldn't see this. You know, niggas say, man, man, I'm a system that, man, fuck the judicial system, man. You gotta have money to argue your legal innocence, man. This shit is designed. And you got a lot of motherfuckers that need to be in prison. These motherfuckers crazy. And what prison is warehouses of bodies, man. This shit is horrible, right? You know what I mean? This shit is horrible, man. You feel me? This is warehouses of bodies, man. There ain't nothing really going on here. These motherfuckers get out worse than when they come in, man. This is all the motherfuckers about to get out that's stuck on stupid. It's the motherfuckers with due dates that's the most motherfucking aggressive. Believe that, man. Bitch, with time, Mr. Nigga with time thinking about, my nigga, I'm finna get out, I'm finna thrive, give me a Porsche, give me a Benz. All right, nigga, cool. All right, cool. He want to stunt, my nigga, I'm riding on something, I chill. All right, for every stunner, there's a hater mean mugging. Green Eye Bandit, it's a byproduct, right? But it's like, to live that because that will come with being a part of the enterprise, right? But when you on this side, can you be the type of individual that can uplift yourself, your community, and your family? If you want to be a gangster, love your family. If you really want to be a gangster, uplift your community. If you really, really want to be a gangster, then start teaching those that come behind you how the game should go, proper conducts, and being a better version of self.
Powerful.
That's it, right? Easier said, harder to do. So I say that to say, man, I couldn't have got to this level of consciousness without going through what I needed to go through. Now, could it have been better? Yeah. But everybody I know done been murdered off, so I don't know, yeah? I can't say there's no one met. Now, I know when people say, well, damn, how did I had a young lady tell me that she said I was on the spectrum. She said, Tavares, I think you might be on the spectrum. Man, did you just call me retarded? Right? You just called me retarded, right? First she said, you don't fit within the system, but I think you might be on the spectrum. This bitch just called me retarded, right? What? So me, being me, say, first of all, that shows how retarded you are, right? To say, because she might be on the spectrum, is the way I obtain and retain information. So from her white background, my intelligence isn't a number. And I have to say, nigga, this is not an anomaly. It's everywhere in my community. It's not, but it's not defined the way your ass is taught to perceive it, right? So you know it when we see it in natural nature. Them damn birds can't read no books, but when they see a threat, they know to duck and run. Bitch, get out of there, you. The fuck out of here. You know what I mean? That's all the intelligence you need to know. I'm hungry, I'm gonna go eat. When I got the shit, I'm gonna defecate. You heard? When I see a threat, I'm gonna get the fuck away from it. You feel me? That's intelligence. What are you talking about? on the spectrum, right? Oh, because intelligence from the black perspective, if I can't speak and comprehend your language, the only way you comprehend a language is by putting it into your words. So therefore, I speak 2 languages, right? I don't speak Creole, I don't speak French, I don't speak Spanish. I speak Ebonics. So when you catch me, 2 words, which is they call niggerism, right? So when you come in, I start talking about, know what I'm saying, fool, check this out, like, a nigga like, look, know what I'm saying, like, I slide into that. That's a form of ignorance, Tavares. Okay, this is why I say you're on the spectrum. And I say, hold on, bitch, hold on now. I'm bilingual. Yeah, you talking about I'm on the spectrum, bitch. I speak 2 languages, which is my hood vernacular. You might not comprehend it, but the people who I come from comprehend it very well.
Right.
You feel me? How the fuck I'm slow? How the fuck I'm special when everybody doing what I'm doing? Ain't nothing unique about that. Oh, it's unique from your perspective because a certain type of way that when you see my cousins or my sisters, they like, child, see the stuff, but they know how to pay their rent, they know how to pay their bills. Now, they ain't trying to get 100 mil, but they know how to chill. You feel me? I'm just saying, what's slow about that?
Pop out like John Wayne, come through sweet that bit like Nudie. I might pop out like John Wayne, come through sweet that bit like Nudie. They calling me special, diamonds big that's retarded. We got the best in the market. I'm in a Tesla full of chrome hearts, pushing the button to park it. Got a dot on the shirt like Target. When I drop that pic, she hearted. Even though sometimes I'm heartless, put ice right where my heart is. In a Model D with a gypsy, lean over and say she wanna kiss me. Don Julio made a whole tipsy. I say she wanna listen to naked, yeah. Diamonds be dancing frisky. Gotta put on a set, Ricky. Be out of the door, but I gotta go back 'cause I might have forgot the blicky. All my bitches bad as shit. We on top like chandelier. We make a movie, crib full of baddies and bougies, Glocks, FNs, and Uzis. I might pop out like John Wayne, come through sweep that bit like Nudie. I might pop out like John Wayne, come through sweep that bit like Nudie. All my bitches bad as shit. We on top like chandelier. We make a movie, crib full of baddies and bougies, Glocks, FNs, and Uzis. I might pop out like John Wayne, come through sweep that bit like Nudie. I might pop out like John Wayne, come through sweep some shit like Nudie.